Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Canadian Gamers. We've got, I don't know, I was going to say a little episode for you today, but usually our little episodes go for like 5 hours, so we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to start off today with just a couple of announcements or some news that broke this week. It's been kind of a quiet week. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're sort of building up to the madness that is the holiday season. So if you're not a Nintendo fan or you have no interest in Nintendo news, you might want to skip towards the end of this podcast because pretty much all the news I've got is for Nintendo fans. And we're going to start off with the fact that Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS has sold so far an incredible 2.8 million copies. And if you realize that the game was just made available over the weekend in the US, that's pretty impressive. Now, of the 2.8 million, 1.375 million of those sales were from Nintendo's homeland over in Japan. So overall, pretty amazing stuff. I wasn't surprised, I don't think, but you know, it's nice. It's nice to hear that Nintendo's having a really, huge success story because for the most part, not for the most part, in total, this series has always been a console exclusive, and some people were worried, how would it translate to the 3DS? There was the concerns with the sticks and the tiny buttons and all that. And, well, clearly they've got 2.8 satisfied customers, and I'm sure that number is going to blast to the stratosphere this holiday season. But what did you think? Were you surprised by the number? Were you expecting it? Is it lower than you thought?
No, I think they're pretty much how I thought they would be. I'm quite curious how the North American ones will be when they come out, since hasn't been out for a week yet. I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty high here as well. And it's funny that you mentioned the control stick issues because I just recently read an article on Nintendo Life where they show you how to mod your 3DS to be able to play the game with a GameCube controller. And I thought that was pretty ridiculous, like having a portable thing on your knees and then playing with a controller. Like, just wait for the Wii U version if you don't like the controls. I know they're not as precise, but come on, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the sales so far, and I'm sure the Wii U version I hope the Wii U version will do even better.
Yeah, actually, that's the one. You see, for me, that's the one that I'm actually more interested in is Smash on the Wii U, primarily because of, the sort of what the hell, I can't speak today, sorry guys, but the fact that the Wii U just isn't doing, gangbusters, I'm really curious if Smash is going to give it a real nice boost in sales. It would be really good. And speaking of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, Nintendo confirmed that it will be available on November 21st in North America, and I, of course, closed the tab for you Europeans, but I believe it's like 2 weeks later. I think it's early December. And they also announced that that first wave of 12 Amiibo figures will be released the same day, and that wave 2 will be released sometime in early December and will include Diddy, Zelda, Little Mac, Luigi, Pit, and Captain Falcon. Now, I'm really looking forward to these Amiibo figures, mainly because, the Disney Infinity figures are absolutely awesome, and I can only imagine how ridiculous it's going to be having me pit, like, Nick Fury against Diddy Kong and stupid stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to these figures. I'm also kind of curious to see how they actually interact with the games, especially, like, Nintendo saying, they're going to do some creative stuff with Super Smash Brothers, and then they're going to be updating Mario Kart 8, and future games will also support the Amiibo figures, but we talked about that in the past. Right now, I'm more curious, are you super excited for Smash on Wii U? And I've actually got a question I've been meaning to ask you for a while now. Do you think this is actually, was this a good strategy to release both Smash Brothers so close together? Do you think this was smart, or do you think they should have spaced them out more? I never asked you what your thoughts were on that.
I think that what they did was actually the perfect strategy because they released the version that they thought they would have the most trouble selling first, and by doing that they actually sold a lot, and they also hyped. Everybody's talking about Smash right now, and as everybody's talking about Smash, they got this big new game coming out in the Wii U just around the corner, as everybody's already hyped about it. So I think it's a perfect strategy, and I can't see Smash not selling a lot this holiday season. I think it's going to give the Wii U the boost it needs. I think it's already too late for the system, but it will at least get a few more million units out into homes out there, and that's good for Smash fans.
What do you think about these Amiibo figures? Are you going to pick any of these up, or are you just going to say, yeah, never mind that?
I'm still quite curious as to see what they actually do, because right now all the figures are actual characters from Smash Brothers. So these guys are already in the game, so what's the point of picking these guys up and interacting with the game? What's the interaction going to be like? And Nintendo hasn't answered anything, and I'm sure what it's going to be is it's going to be like a gimmicky thing that's going to be cool, but it's just going to save some stuff in it, and it's not really going to add anything. That's what I think.
Well, I actually read about this before the podcast on my way home, and Nintendo has actually released some information about this where it's basically going to be a partner character. So let's say you buy Mario, okay? And you have your Amiibo figure. He's going to start at like level 0 or level 1 or whatever. And if you pit him against a real-life opponent, a CPU opponent, or another Amiibo figure opponent, he'll be able to unlock new, basically, techniques, new fighting styles, things like that, and become a more formidable opponent. And apparently, the AI on these characters will get stronger and stronger and stronger the more they level, and you can fight alongside them. If you've got like a friend who keeps kicking your ass, well, you'll be able to pop down the Amiibo figure, pick another character, and he'll fight alongside you to basically gang up and destroy the other character. But I don't know, like you say, I mean, does that sound gimmicky to you, or does that sound interesting? What do you...
Well, at first it sounds like cheating, like 2-on-1, but it's something... I guess I can see the potential in it, but it's something that's already, like, you can do that in the game right now. Like, I could play against you, set up a computer in the match, and make it a team match, and have us two being red and you being blue, and it'll be a 2-on-1. So I don't know what's the big deal is right now. Like, I don't see this as being something that Smash people, Smash Hardcore will actually use. I think this will be something for the kids and for the fans like you who like having the toys and then enjoy them and just put them on their shelves. But I don't think that with Smash, at least, that we'll get any really original gameplay out of them.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I think that's very fair, actually. Okay, now, I had a question for anyone who's listening to this. Do you guys want us to actually cover more Nintendo products? For example, like we never had a review for Mario Kart 8, Hyrule Warriors, I think is what it's called, came out, and we never, don't have a review for that. And, there's a lot of big games. I mean, for God's sakes, we never even did a review, I don't think, for Super Mario 3D World. I don't think, anyway. And so I wanted to hear from Nintendo fans, do you guys want us to take the chance that, potentially we could get a claim or some other BS? It's not the end of the world. It doesn't hurt our channel. We just can't monetize the videos. And to be quite honest, who really gives a flying hoot about that? And just, I wanted your take on this. What do you think?
Well, I really think that that's not really the issue. Because we've had lots of Nintendo content before, we never gave a crap. I think it's more of the issue of you not playing the games and not bothering to review them because you don't even realize they're out most of the times. And that's the real issue it is, because usually when there's a big game come out and you already on it, we have a review of it like a few days after or a week after. And with the Wii U case, like you didn't even realize in your 2013 games that the Wii U was out. So I think it's more that, and you're the guy who makes like 99% of the videos around here, so if you don't play it, we won't cover it because you have all the equipment and whatnot. So I think that's more the issue. We can say all we want, but I think that's the issue, whether you admit it or not.
No, I mean, that's very fair. That's very, very fair. Like, for God's sakes, I didn't even know that Hyrule Warriors was even out, and I'm a huge, massive Zelda fan. with me, it's weird. Me and Nintendo, we're odd because I go through phases. I find, but I mean, if I had a lot of people telling me like, "Hey, yo, dumbass, why the hell didn't you cover, X, Y, Z?" or like some sort of interaction with that, I think that would most likely say like, oh shit, like that's true. I need to get on that sort of deal. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I'm definitely not going to disagree with you because it's very true. I've been even with Microsoft lately, I've been really out of it. Well, to be fair, I've been out of it for almost everything. The only thing that I've been paying any attention to was Destiny, and I haven't played it for 2 weeks now. Speaking of which, I just got. Here, Alien Isolation just arrived today. So there you go. There's another thing that I got to cover. But I want to make a real effort here that if people are genuinely interested, I want to change that. Like, I mean, if these are big games that people like want me to review, or it doesn't even have to be me. It's like, you are playing these games. If I can get you footage for these and you review them, well, that's something that we could seriously make happen. That would not be hard to do.
Because the thing is, with our channel, most of our fan base, I'd say like 55%, or 75 I wanted to say rather, of our fan base are there because of our retro reviews. And the extra 25, I'd say a lot of them is because a lot of people were with us way back, and it's because of our Nintendo history. And it's funny that we don't cover them as much as we do with the other guys, because when we cover like new games, it's always like a coin toss whether we'll get success with it or not. Like sometimes a random game will get like 5,000 views, like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game, and we have no clue why. And then we'll review like a game like Rayman Legends or Splinter Cell Blacklist and get barely any feedback from it. So it's really a coin toss when it comes to those, but the sure things that are success for us is retro reviews and Nintendo reviews for the most part. So I think it'd be smart. I'd like to hear what the fans think. Like, let us know what you want us to cover. Maybe I'm a fool here, but from my experience with the site, that's what usually people like to hear from us.
Well, that's it, and that's why I really do. I want to hear like what people say. I mean, for me personally, the only thing that happens is sometimes around this time of year is where the games start arriving. Like that's where, not always, but but I can easily like listen to this in the background. But I can send games out. The only problem is with sending games out is you have no means of recording the footage. That's the thing. I'd have to record a whole bunch of footage first, send you the game to get you to review it. But like I say, I mean, if the people listening, guys, if you really want us to cover more Nintendo stuff, just give us the word. I mean, like I said, it's not there's really nothing limiting us. Steven is here. He's playing these games. He can easily get a review out if I can get him the footage. There's nothing stopping him from doing that while I cover some of the other stuff that I've got to cover here. So, yeah, let us know about that. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't cover anything. If people want to hear my take on something, yeah, for sure. But, I'm not alone. You are here. So I could use you. Ha ha ha. Or at least until the little one comes around.
Yeah, you've got the very, very short time left now.
Well, then get to it, damn it. All right, so guys, let us know about that. One other thing, just a quick update, which I sort of mentioned before there. I got a whole whackload of Disney Infinity 2.0 characters. Well, in fact, I got every single one of the Marvel characters that is currently available. So I'm going to be doing what I'm going to essentially call like micro reviews. It's going to be really short reviews where I show you guys the figure and I probably show you it in-game, just show you like maybe some of the powers that, say, like Spider-Man has, or maybe review like the play set or something like that. I mean, our Disney Infinity review is not exactly, breaking records here, but I thought it would be something unique. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. And now we've got two other little questions, nothing to do with Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft or PC or any of that jazz. And they are, what is your favorite go-to game? Now, what I mean by this is typically, like, let's say you have, I don't know, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you're not currently playing something, because I know that's the easy answer. Someone's just going to say, oh, well, obviously, whatever I'm playing is my go-to game. But what about periods where there really isn't much out there? Like, say there's nothing new that's really out on the market. What is that one game that you find yourself you always sort of go back to? And naturally, it doesn't have to be a game. It could be a series, could be whatever. For me, it's the easiest thing in the world to answer, but I want Steven to go first. So I'm putting you on the spot. Go for it.
For me, it's really, really weird. It depends on the times, because I always play whatever. Just sometimes it'll just be like I'm on a retrofit and I'll play a game for no reason. And sometimes I like my favorite game of all time, A Link to the Past. I only beat twice in my life, so I don't typically go back. But there are a few games that I can remember playing for a long, long time, like Animal Crossing. I can say that was one of my go-to game, where I played it for almost a year straight and ignored basically everything else. Pokemon is still a game I play to this day, so I guess that would be the most obvious answer, because that's what I play. I've been playing since I started gaming, really. So, but I'm trying to be a bit more original and pick another game. But I guess I'd say Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and when it comes to playing games with friends like Smash Brothers Melee, that's one of my favorite go-to games.
All right, perfect. And you know what, Steven, we don't have to be original, because this is a question I really want for our listeners, for any one of you guys out there. Seriously, these are two questions that I really want to know for you guys. Number one was, what is your favorite go-to game? And for me, I mean, it's really obvious. Again, it's not going to be original. It's A Link to the Past. That's the game that doesn't matter what time of year it is, no matter what, I'll get in the mood for A Link to the Past all the bloody time. That, and I find Super Metroid has really been climbing up the charts as of late. I really wish there was a more accessible version of Zero Mission, because that too, when that was out, I played quite a bit. Not nowhere near as much, obviously, as Super Metroid, but I've been having the itch to play that again for quite a while, and I don't actually have it here, which really sucks. So yeah, asking you guys out there, what is your go-to game whenever, there's quiet periods in release schedules and stuff like that? And the second question is, what are you looking forward to this holiday season? It can be any platform, could be PC, could be whatever. What is that one game, if you even have one, that you're really, really looking forward to? For you, Steven, this could be difficult to answer, because you're about to lose your whole life.
Yeah, well, let's just ignore the fact that that's coming, and let's say if it would be a normal year for me. But first, I want to go back to Zero Mission, because I think you might want to check your Virtual Console, buddy, because I think it's on there.
Is it? I thought it was
Virtual Console, because it was released there in Europe, so I'm pretty sure it might be there now. If not, it should be there soon. Okay. I know that Fusion is on there.
Yeah, exactly.
But Zero Mission, I think, is now there too.
Oh, well, cool. I'll check that out then.
As for me, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to say a few titles, because really, like I said, I don't want to be an original person and say that my number one game is Pokemon. That's going to come out on the 21st, and Smash Brothers on the Wii U. Smash Brothers on the Wii U, it's not that it will be an amazing experience, but it's not going to be as fresh, because I already played the heck out of the 3DS version, and this is basically going to be almost the same game, but with better controls, so that's going to be awesome. But for me, I want to mention two other titles, and again, two more Nintendo titles. The first one is, I think, Captain Toad or Captain Commander, Captain Toad thingy, where you're gonna basically play a game with Toad as this mini game he used to have on Super Mario 3D World, and they made a whole game out of it, and those were like some of the best parts of Super Mario 3D World, and I'm really, really looking forward to playing that game with my girlfriend, because we had a lot of fun with that one in Mario 3D World, and it's always fun to just sit down and play with your girlfriend, and there are very few games that she likes, and that's one of those, so I really looking forward to playing that. And the other one is DLC for Mario Kart 8. I've been playing some more Mario Kart 8 lately, and I just can't stop having fun with it. It's just one of those titles that you can play at any time, any day with friends, and it's a blast no matter what. And now they're gonna add like two new cups, so eight more courses, so I know I'm gonna have some more hours into that. So those are pretty much the games I'm looking forward to for the holiday season.
And I'm going to be so original here, it's sick. You want to know what I'm looking forward to this holiday season? Do you have any guess?
I do not. Maybe Halo?
The truth? I'm not really looking forward to anything this year. I'll be really honest. I have been so out of it lately, for real, that I was so looking forward to Destiny, and then when my time disappeared from me, I'm not looking forward to nothing. I mean, Halo, yeah, if you were available to really like go through the whole series, but I doubt that's gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna have time to do that. So what else? Like truly, what else? I liked Bayonetta, and Bayonetta 2 is coming out like just in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. But that'd be lying. Like I'm really not like it's weird. This holiday season there is nothing that I'm like, oh man. That game, Sunset Overdrive, I think it's called, that looks cool, but again, I'd be lying if I said like, oh yeah, I'm really super excited for it. So yeah, I'm kind of boring this year. I really don't have that one game where I'm like, oh yeah, I cannot wait. So yeah, I sucked this year. But what about all you guys listening? You guys excited for anything in particular? Is there that one game where you're like, oh yeah, that you're losing sleep over, like Grand Theft Auto 5, the HD remix thingy? That's full of crap, you know what I mean. But yeah, so let us know. Leave a comment, because I'm curious. So remember, 2 questions we're posing you guys. Your favorite go-to game, and what are you the most excited about this holiday season? And that is pretty much the end of this episode. I didn't have anything else I really wanted to add, so I guess I'm just going to say, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this very short podcast, and I guess we'll be seeing you all next week.
Salut.